Good morning, fantasy football fans, and welcome to week 9 of the Brady Fantasy Football Podcast. It is currently 10:16 p.m. on 11/11. I'm running up against the clock. I'm running out of time to get this episode out. I have been busy and depressed, so this is what we get this week. It's going to be a quick one. It is, we're going to take a quick look at the standings. We got Kudit, 7-2. And Hase 7-2. Do your job. Feels good. Third place, man. That's a reason to smile. Right there. 6-3. Liberty Bibbity jumping 5 places up all the way to 4-5. Vicious Typewriter Cluck down a spot, 4-5. Herb Your Enthusiasm jumping up 4-5. Team 9 jumping down 2 after that loss to Moi, 4-5. The Standard is the Standard, the new name for Travis Hall, who is going to be losing this week, just in case you guys weren't aware. 3-6. Next, we have Against All Odds, up a spot from 10th, no longer in the very last place again, which, I mean, at this point, it's kind of been reserved for Amy in several years. I know this year she said it was going to be different, but anyways, and then Silver Spartans, 3-6, takes that last place there. Not a great one there. We're going to take a quick look at the coach rating for week 9. Liberty Bibbity coming with a perfect week. Mahase, perfect week. Amy, perfect week. Herb, 1.8 points. Cooked at 2.8. Vish, I mean, this is a great work from everybody. You see, everybody here's under 10, except for myself. I am not. I did not very good. 24 points. Didn't matter, though. Still beat Corey. So that's where we're at with that one. We're going to take a quick look at the matchups from last week. So week 9, we'll head up in here, and first off, Do Your Job versus Team 9. Corey scoring the least on the week, only by a little bit here, barely scoring less than the Silver Spartans, but at least on the week, so good for me. Those points, I mean, we didn't take a quick look at it, so we can't take a quick look at it, but the points for, we look at the points for, still not doing great on my end. I'm below Corey in that, but points against, I have now claimed the bottom spot. So teams have only scored 927 points against me, which is 300 points less than has been against Amy. So I sent that meme to the chat. I'll post it if I can find it in time. I'll post it in here so you guys can see if you didn't see it. It's rough. You know what I mean? I'm looking at my team, looking at the points I'm scoring, the points for 9th place, points against. That, you know, the least amount of points against in the entire league. So though I am currently doing pretty good on the rank, right? I'm 3rd on the year, 6-3. I really gotta hold on these next couple weeks to see if I can tough it out there to the end, because it's not looking good, right, in terms of the odds of me being able to make it to the playoffs. But here I am every week. I'll continue to put it in the work. You know what I mean? I'll do my job and hope my boys do theirs. So 110. Is what I got, which is I think the 4th lowest on the week, so not great, but not terrible either, right? We're going to take a look at that simple box score, and the big ouchie boo-boo was me starting Will Levis. He had a great week last week, and I said, nope, we'll plug him in and see how he does. This rookie, will give him a chance, Mr. Mayonnaise in his coffee, which I can't believe he does that. 8.68 points. Terrible. Dobbs on the bench, ended up going in, 25 points. Wow, no one saw that coming. Absolutely no one saw that coming. I do have a little guest here. He's trying to get up here. This is Roscoe. That's Roscoe. He's here he's hanging out with me too. Anyways, I did luckily get to face Corey during his week here. Laporta, Gibbs, and Patterson were all out. Chubb's still on IR. C. Samuel was questionable, and he left Jacoby Myers on the bench. So good week for me. I don't know if you can hear this dude going. He's going crazy. Okay, come on, Roscoe. Come on, keep it together. Come on. On my side, Taysom Hill, 20 points. Stephon Diggs, 22 points. And Ramondre Stevenson, 24 points. Really keeping my team afloat there, because a lot of the other guys, my defense pick was, again, not great. 0-27 against the Cleveland Browns for the Cardinals. Absolutely it's a travesty there. And my Will Levis pick was absolutely devastating, because I dropped C.J. Stroud for him, who then set the all-time rookie record for yards and touchdowns in the game or something like that. Best performance from a quarterback on the rookie year or something like that. And now I think Brian picked him up or something, so he's gone. Held on to him all year. I kept believing in him. And then I saw Will Levis have one good week, and I thought, you know what? I'll drop C.J. Stroud for that. dumb. You know what I mean? Absolutely dumb. So beating myself up over that, but it is what it is. You win some, you lose some in the game of fantasy football. The other side, Corey just had a terrible week, man. I mean, literally the only two people scoring over 10 points on his team was Schultz at 28, had a great week, looking like a strong start for him there. And then Garrett Wilson, 13 points there. 80 yards and a fumble. Sorry, Ross, I'm going to put you down. Sorry, buddy. I got to put you down. There you go. Okay. Yeah, not a good one. Jamar Chase, 8 points. Cook, 7 points. Pollard, 9 points. I mean, I still lost the end of that deal because Kirk's out, but I mean, at least Pollard hasn't been doing work for him, so I'm happy about that. All in all, I did okay. I could have done better if I had started Dobbs, which there's no way I could have known that would have worked that way, so I don't beat myself up too much over that, but got the dub, and that's the important part. That's all that matters. What it comes down to is the dub. So I got the dub. Next, the standard is the standard versus Herb, your enthusiasm. As for the music, beautiful. Okay, and really, this was a close one. Travis put up a solid amount of numbers there, but then Monday night came around, and it was just watching the Chargers really go crazy. He had Keenan Allen, he had Eckler, and he had Dicker, who all did great. All did their job. You know what I mean? On the other side, Mahomes got 15 points, Madison 17. Najee doing good. Thielen having an underperforming game. Waddle not doing super great. But Hawkinson, I mean, he didn't do bad. Looking at 20 points from the Raiders, 28 points from the Browns. The defenses did great. Both people didn't leave very many points on the bench. I think both of them, I mean, literally, I mean, they did about as good as they could there, except for maybe Pittman, I guess. Could have been thrown in there, excuse me. But Herb comes away with the win. Great work there. I mean, he's been holding on to the Ravens D and the Browns D, and they both are racking up points, but he chose the right one this week. 28 points from the Browns. Absolutely monstrous week from the defense there. I haven't checked, but I'm sure that's probably the highest in the week because I don't know who scored more than 27-0 with 7 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. That's just insane. So we'll go ahead and call that there. Great job, Herb. Moving up to 4-5, bringing Travis down to 3-6 with a 3-game loss streak. So Travis is trying to bounce back this week against me, and he will not. So he will be getting a 4-game loss streak, just so you all are aware. Next, we have the monster, Liberty Bibbity, coming out super strong, 173 points, 30 from Dak, Breece Hall 13, Rachaad White 27, CeeDee Lamb 29, Deontay Johnson, who he picked up right before the game started, 22 points, Justin Tucker 14. He survived the biocalypse. He had 4 on bye. He was able to put it together and get that dub. So absolutely fantastic job against him. And then the other side, Amy, I think she's trying. Here. Not 100% sure. She's got 2 IRs still. Bye week. DJ Moore 6 points. I mean, not good there on that. I traded that away, so I'm happy with that. 6.4 points. As soon as they get on someone else's team, they can suck for all I care. T Higgins out, but getting 20 points on the way out. So great performance for the week. We'll see how he is moving forward. That could be a shock to the roster there. I think Amy's trying. We'll see. She hasn't been making a lot of moves lately, but she's another loss for her. So it's a 2-game loss streak and 2 wins in a row for Liberty Bibbity, who, I mean, at the start of the year, I talked about how I think Herb and Liberty Bibbity, Jake and Aaron had a great draft, and they were going to be strong contenders on the year. They've continued to make some great pickups, and they continue to the second half of the season. They're on the come up, right? They were trying to get those wins or stacking them up. They're both 4-5 right now, and they're by no means out of the playoff race at all. So they're both stacking up those wins, and we'll see how the second half of the season goes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more weeks. We're about to, the 10th one already started. We're in the middle of it technically, but yeah, plenty of time there. Next, we've got Kudit versus the vicious tiger-headed Cluck. And this one was disappointing because I was really hoping that Brian could knock him down a peg. He's 7-2. I was really hoping he'd be able to help the league out, get a dub, and he'd stay in that 4th place spot. He was unable to do that. He takes the L, moves to 4-5, and Scott continues his win streak of 4. The big shout out there is Tank Dell, 32.6 points coming from Tank Dell in that crazy game from CJ Stroud. They're quite the duo. They're going to be a great duo. They're both rookies this year. They both look fantastic, so that's exciting for the Houstons. the Texans, I should say, not the Houstons, the Houston Texans, right? So the Texans is who's exciting for. Anyways, MGay, 11 points on the kicker, Mixon 17 points on the run back, and really, I mean, you got the bulk of the points coming from Josh Allen, Tank Dell, and Amari Cooper. Everyone else, I mean, Kelsey had a uncharacteristically low-scoring game. Kenneth Walker, uncharacteristically low-scoring game. Rashid Rice, I mean, about 10 points. You can't be too mad about. MGay doing a little bit more work than normal, and the Seahawks defense doing okay at 6 points. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to complain here, but I mean, obviously, you got 3 people doing the bulk of the work. Happy for that. I mean, he got the dub. On Brian's side, Saints defense coming in, Mandrews coming in, Tyreek Hill having kind of uncharacteristically rough game against the Kansas City Chiefs with a fumble, and Burrow having a great game, 23 points. Like we expected, we've been seeing Joe Burrow be started over Jordan Love for a while now that he's in that second half of the season and amping up. And Brian's same thing, trying to get that playoff spot. Right now it's Jace and Scott in first and second, and then me, and that fourth place is basically anybody's game. I mean, honestly, the third spot is not like I got it's locked down, or not like any of these spots are really locked down yet. Coogdit and Jace have strong teams. I am definitely not a strong team, but I'm holding my third place steady. So, you can't discount what the fantasy gods are doing, what's at play here, right? You can't discount that, but also, I mean, I wouldn't say it's talent that's gotten me to third place so far. It's just a little of fantasy god roll the dice luck there. So appreciate it. That's that for this week. For Coogdit and Vicious Tiger to Cluck. Next we got the Silver Spartans and Mahase. Mahase really blown it out of the water about, I won't say doubling because it's not quite doubling, but it's a substantial difference. I mean, Liberty Bibbity versus Amy, that's about doubling your points. I'll round up a little bit there, the 7 points it'll take or whatever they have. But for Silver Spartans versus Mahase, I mean, I'm doing too much rounding, 90 to 150 at most. Nah, that's not a half. But it's a substantial. 60 points is substantial, especially in the game of fantasy football. Really, on Steve's side, we have Aaron Jones and Jalen Hurts doing all the work. Basically. Higbee, 0. Godwin, 3.6. Metcalf, 6. Aubrey, 7. I mean, he outscored the vast majority of the other people on his team, the kicker, which is not good. That's not what you want. Cooper Kupp, only 48 yards, 3 catches. Not great. Not great from Cooper Kupp. I mean, it is what it is, though. They had a pretty rough loss there against Green Bay. And he left Mayfield on the bench, which is good because he has Hurts in every week. Robinson on the bench hurts a little bit, but I don't think he was going to win him his week anyway. Whereas Mahase on the other side here, I mean, Tagovailoa not having a great showing against Kansas City, but 13 points. I'm not going to say he did the job, but he's close. I'd say 15 points from a QB is what I'm looking for. Josh Jacobs, 21 points, did his job. Jonathan Taylor, 17 points, did his job. Hopkins, 10, did his job. Evans, 14, did his job. Kincaid, 16, doing overtime. Nico Collins, he's out. It looks like, or maybe he was out after that game, I'm not sure. 14 points, did his job before he went out. Butker, 3 points, come on. I'm looking for 5 at least from a kicker. At least, right? And then the Chargers defense, crazy. Fucking crazy, man. 34 points. Good God, 34 points. I think that's the most on the week. It's got to be. They beat the Browns somehow with 8 sacks, 3 fumbles, and 1 return TD. Put up that 6, so absolutely crazy performance against the New York Jets. The New York Jets, that was a rough one to watch. I think anyone who watched that game, it's like embarrassing for the Jets really on offense. They couldn't do nothing. Hopefully they come correct next week and play a little bit harder, but ouch, 27-6, absolutely blown out by the Chargers. 21-point difference. Wow, ouchie boo-boo. So with all that, as it for last week, heading into this week, we'll take a quick look at the matchups and the Thursday night football effect. For Do Your Jobs, Deontay Foreman, 17 points, 1 rushing TD. Did his job, baby. Beautiful. Did his job, 17 points. I love to see it. On the other side, Thielen, 10 points. As a wide receiver, I say you did your job, 10 points. It's not great. Definitely, I think with what he's put up this year, Travis was hoping for more going up against me. We did set another little wager this week. It's not shaving bodily hair this time. But the winner of the Do Your Job and the standard game, they get to choose the name for the loser for the rest of the year. So, I mean, if it's got to be, an ad or something that Travis sets up for Nair, you know what I mean? If he's like, Nair does the job or something, I don't know. We'll see what he comes up with. He doesn't have to come up with anything, though, because I'm going to beat him. I beat him week 1. I'll beat him here week 10. and I'll change his name to something stupid like, I don't want to spoil it. I'll save it. So, but yeah, 17 points for me, 10 points for Travis. He's projected to beat me, but we know what we say. We don't believe the projections when they're against me. So, not believing that, we're going to get the dub. Next, we got Herb versus Liberty Bibbity. This is a matchup, I'd say the matchup of the week. Both of them are on the come up, 4-5, trying to get up to that 4th spot. It's a key game for both of them to be able to get ahead of each other here. Big one. And A-Chain still not back. Last week on IR, hopefully, till he's back. And we got A.J. Brown on bye for Aaron there. And so we'll see what happens. It should be a good one. I'm expecting it to be very close. The projections put them very close, 5-point difference. And the start here is Komet, 9.6 points in the Thursday Night Football game, which is a solid start. I mean, as a tight end, that's about, if you're not starting someone like, I don't know, Mandrews or Kelsey, 9.6 points, I think you can be happy with that. Good job, Komet. Way to get those points there for Jake. And I'm not going to try to predict a winner. Both of these guys are on a 2-game win streak, trying to climb up that ladder. Both of them are hungry. Both of them got great teams. I think some of it's going to come down to the matchups. Barkley versus the Dallas defense is going to be, I think, kind of tough. So there's that. And on the other side, we have, I like the matchups a little bit better on Aaron's side. I don't really see any bad matchups at all, to be honest. Whereas I will say that, Eckler versus Detroit, Allen versus Detroit, they're a formidable foe. So I think I like Aaron's chances a little bit better, but it's fantasy football. Anything can happen. Next, we got Team 9 versus Kugdit. Neither of them had anybody play on Thursday night. We got 3 buys in an IR for Kugdit. This would be a huge game for Corey. He's in the running, trying to get that dub. Any game that you can knock off another team to head of you like this is going to be huge heading into the playoffs. They're projected to be very close, 118 points, with Corey barely taking the win there. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a close one. Neither of them had anybody play Thursday night, so it's all coming down to Sunday and Monday. And it looks like it's going to come down to, we had a couple Mondays, I see. Monday night for 2 people have Monday night ones, so we'll see if Corey can get a lead heading into Monday night, because I think between the Bills defense and Cook versus Allen's definitely going to be putting up more points, so he's going to have to get a nice lead heading into that Monday night football game, I think, to be able to secure the dub. But best of luck to both you two. In this case, I will be rooting for Corey, because I need Corey to get knocked down, or Scott to get knocked down a peg. So go Corey, get his ass. Next, we have Against All Odds versus Silver Spartans. This is the 9th and 10th place team. These are the guys at the bottom of the barrel here. It's Saturday night, and we got Amy has Higgins and Swift, who are not going to be playing, it looks like, on her starting lineup. And she had DJ Moore, who played Thursday night, who she did not move. That's a pretty good matchup for him. 10.9 points. We'll see what happens. But if Amy catches this, which I'm not sure if she listens or not, who knows? She should probably be updating her team, maybe looking for some stuff to change. Steve on the other side has 1, 2, 3, 4 buys. It's all set correctly. He's got a full starting roster. He's ready for the week here heading into Saturday night. So way to go, Steve. Way to hit the optimize button. Way to get it all set up there. Best of luck to both you two. This one, both of them need wins if they want to be able to get to the playoffs. Both of these teams have been struggling throughout the entire year, so it'll be interesting to see if they can do anything. You know what I mean? So best of luck to both you two. You both need the dub. So whoever gets it is probably looking at a chance, and the one who loses this week, it's slipping very quickly. Playoffs very, very quickly out of your hands. You're at 3-6 already. So we'll see what happens. Best of luck to both you two. Finally, big one here for Brian and for Jace to solidify this stuff. Looking at the predicted points, it's not looking pretty there for Brian. 97 to 125. He's gonna need he needs a hero. He needs someone to go crazy mode on them, and to see if they can get the dub. Because right now, Jace is a formidable foe. He's made some changes. He's got Koo in there. Jets defense. Kincaid's doing great. Hopkins been doing great. Amon St. Brown been doing great. Jonathan Taylor, he held on to him. He's been doing great. Jacobs is on a roll. Gino's probably the weakest spot. Agalova's on bye, so he had to pick up someone because he traded away Patrick Mahomes. So his weakest spot right now is definitely the quarterbacks. That's a spot where Brian can make up some of those points against Houston defense is not terrible this year, but in the past I've kind of ragged on them, but they're looking pretty good this year. So best of luck to both of you. Brian definitely needs the dub more than Jace, so I'm rooting for Brian to knock Jace down a peg, but it's hard to look at those projections and have a vote of confidence, I guess, right? So best of luck, Brian. Get this dub, and Majace, if you get the dub, I mean, good job. We'll see what happens. That's kind of all I got for you guys. I'm sorry this is a rush. I was really hoping to get more graphics and stuff in time, man, but I've been so low energy this whole week. I couldn't muster nothing. And after this, I'm going to do a quick edit and go to bed before it gets too late. So thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being patient with it. Sorry that it's not super high energy. But, you know, it is what it is, baby. It's fantasy football. So sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. Right now, we down, boys. So, that makes any difference to you, Travis, you should definitely, don't give me the dub, but if you could, I'm sending negative energy your way so I can have some positive energy, send some positive energy so I can get this dub despite my team being, 9th place in the points for and 10th place in the points against. If anything, man, I'll just keep sending that energy towards my opponents, right? So, Travis, you're going to have a low-scoring week, baby. If this means anything, right? This has nothing to do with anybody else but the fact that I intimidate my opponents and they do not perform the best when they're up against me in that slot. So, Travis, you going down, baby. I'll get the dub, and I'll have to change your name. So I'll be really racking my brain for some good ones once I beat you. So best of luck, Travis, and hopefully I don't lose. I don't have to backtrack all my shit talking here. So appreciate you guys. I did just a quick shout out to Mahase Jace. He went ahead and he got the Majace crew neck and he got the fantasy football mug. So I'll have to attach some pictures in there once I get some. High quality stuff. If you want some of your own, or you want to be able to sit back on a Sunday morning, watch some football in a mug that's, supports your league, get that coffee mug. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you playing, being here, setting your lineups every week. And Travis, really appreciate you losing this week. You didn't have to do that to me just to make me feel better, but especially because it would be your 4th in a row, so it's kind of rough for you. But I mean, hey, I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Remember, this is the Brady Fantasy Football Podcast, and if you're listening, you're family. Have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye.